lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kate Anwar. I hope you guys are all well and good. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I started my online business. So I'm just going to go through the steps that I took towards my launch day. I don't think I've spoken about this in a video before, so I thought before really getting into the behind the scenes of the business and things that I do, we'll start at the beginning. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So the first thing I did, of course, was have the idea. I hadn't really thought before, about having my own business or anything like that. It's just not something I was completely interested in. At the time of starting my business, I was on maternity leave after having my third child, my daughter Maya. So yeah, I was going back and forth with my husband, like, oh, do you think I should try this or that? He actually had the idea of doing something to do with black soap or black soap liquid, because it was something I was quite interested in. So that kind of got the ball rolling. But again, I wasn't really interested in having my own business, so I didn't really think about it too hard. Eventually, I did actually decide that I did want to try and start something. I was really passionate about hair and skincare, so I knew it would have to be something in that kind of area. But at the time, I think I had done a couple of videos on YouTube showing how I used my whipped shea butter on my hair to keep it moisturized. It worked so well, and then people would ask me for the recipe, what I would do, how I'd make it, etc. So I thought, okay, cool, let me see what can happen with the whipped shea butter. If people are interested in it, then they might want to buy it and we can take it from there. So that was literally the first product that became, what Kia is today. I formalized my recipe, kept trying it out. Then I had the idea to try different scents. So I had the original, which is pretty much unscented. We still have all the scents today. So it was original, we've got peppermint, citrus, and I think we had lavender to start. So we had the 4 scents. So yeah, I put together the recipe. When that was finalized and I was happy with it, I spoke to my husband and he said, you should start with a business plan. So the first tip I'll give you guys, if I'm going to give you any tips in this video, is to always start with a business plan. It will help you to map out your idea, to really research it. It will take you through, what the things that you really need to know before you start any kind of business. It took me about 3 weeks of working on it solidly before it was complete, and that was me starting with a template. So my husband did give me a template to start with. I think there are quite a few different, there's loads of different templates online. So if you are thinking of starting your own business and you want to create a business plan, there's loads of templates online that you can use to help you, that will take you through each step that you need to produce the document. Then when I was happy with it, I started creating my budget to start purchasing the ingredients and the containers. I researched online. Google is still my best friend. It's literally my best friend. So that's where I found and sourced everything that I needed to start the business. Initially, I was just gonna launch the shea butter, but I thought, I also have my hair growth oil that I use religiously. After my third pregnancy, I had postpartum shedding. My edges were completely gone. I'm sure I've got a video on it. And I just used a blend of different oils and some Ayurvedic powders that I was really into. And that really helped to get my edges to grow back thicker and just grow in really nicely. I have edges now, so that obviously worked. That was another product, again, that I'd shown on my YouTube channel that people would ask me about, what oils do you use, how much, how often do you use the oil? So again, I thought, okay, it makes sense for me to also sell this. Around that time, a friend of mine also had a really bad chemical burn and she burnt her scalp with a relaxer. I took her aside and I started washing her hair, treating it, and giving her the oil mixture to use on her scalp a few times a week, and she used that regularly. And then after about 3 or 4 months, the scalp kind of healed and the hair started to grow in a lot thicker. I think I do have a video on that as well. If I can find it, then I'll link that above as well. The edges are thriving now, so that really helped. And it also was proof of concept to me that it didn't just work on my hair, but it can also work on other people. So that was definitely added to the product list. I then added, I added the black soap. I use black soap regularly in my routine, on my face, body, and at that time I was also using it in my hair as well as a shampoo. So I definitely wanted to add that, so I had the black soap bar. And then finally, I knew I really wanted a water-based moisturizer, because I know I can use the shea butter to seal moisture into my hair and the oil to seal moisture in, or on my scalp as a treatment, hot oil treatment. It felt a bit incomplete for me, so I knew I needed some kind of water-based moisturizer that people could use on their hair and then seal it in. At that time, I didn't have too much experience formulating products, and I wasn't too sure that I wanted to launch something straight out the gate with the use of a preservative, and I didn't want anything to go wrong. So I actually sourced a supplier for our hydrating hair mist. I tried out a few different places and I just loved the formula for the hair mist. I thought it was amazing. It worked really, really well in my hair. With all the products, I tried it on my hair, my skin, and also my children. My husband's tried them as well. And it just worked really well for everyone that tried it. So they were actually the first 4 products that I had ready to go. I felt like it wasn't too many products, but it wasn't too limited in terms of a collection. So yeah, they're the ones that I used to start. I've actually got the 4 products here. So yeah, we started with the shea butter. The labeling did not look like this when I started. That's something that's evolved over time. That's full to the brim. And then the hair growth oil. This formula has not changed at all. It's literally the same products that I used on my scalp to grow back my edges, that I used on my friend's hair as well. Same formula. We've just changed the container a few times as well. So that's one thing. The packaging since starting till now has definitely evolved a lot over the last 2 years. And then the black soap bar. This is obviously packaged up, but that's how that comes. And this is pretty much the same, but we added the twine because it looks cute, but yeah. And finally, the hydrating hair mist. Again, the label has changed a lot since when we first started, but this was it. So these are my OG products that were here from the beginning. The line has definitely grown since the start, but I'll get into that in a later video. So once I had my 4 products finalized and I knew I was ready to go, I then registered for a website domain. So I got kiacosmetics.com, the domain. I purchased that. And then I set up my Shopify store. I thought about getting someone else to design a website and things, but I just thought I would try. I do like to try my hand at different creative things like that. And it worked. I think I did a good job setting up the website. If you are, again, starting your own business, always try first. If it doesn't work out, you can then look into finding someone to maybe design the website for you or help you with the copywriting, etc. But always try and save money where you can. So I'll definitely say it's very basic, pretty easy to use. So try it yourself first and see how you get on. That again took a couple of weeks just because there's so much writing to do. You have to do all the product descriptions, the homepage, all the text that you see. I went through all of that and then I was pretty much good to go. The last thing I had to do was get the images for the website. So I set up a photo shoot. I invited my friends to come down as models and it was really good, really fun. And I got a photographer that my husband used to use for his business and he came down, took the pictures. I literally use him to this day for all of the website content. I was so happy with how the images came out. One thing I would advise is maybe starting your Instagram or your social medias, whatever one you're gonna use, start it way before you launch. I literally announced the launch of Kia Cosmetics I think 2 or 3 days before the website went live, which is crazy. I'm so surprised that we actually I think I got about 16 sales the first day, which is crazy considering I didn't announce it in any time at all. I think we launched it at about midday, so I had time in the morning to do a final check and then it went live. And then I realized I hadn't put the Shopify inventory on properly. So I think the gift box was showing as sold out. I was panicking. My friend was like, is this meant to be sold out? Has it sold out already? I was like, no, it's not. So I had to go back in and figure out how to do that. So definitely take your time just learning how to use the back end of Shopify. If that's the platform you use, I do highly recommend Shopify for online business. But yeah, just get to know how to put those things in because I was struggling. And yeah, we had officially launched. And yeah, that's about it. That is how I launched my online business. Just to recap, so I started with the shea butter, then I started looking at different products to include. I then did my business plan and that took a few weeks just to get right and give me a clear idea of where I was and where I was aiming to get to. Once I did my business plan, I just secured firm suppliers for like the containers. I didn't even include, so along that journey, I then obviously had to source like the packaging and all of that good stuff. If you want me to go in depth on the things I actually had to purchase when setting up my online store, then let me know and I'll make that a separate video. But yeah, once that was done, I then set up my website, had the photo shoot, got the images on, set up the social media, and pretty much launched. And then yeah, this is where we are 2 years later. I hope you guys found it interesting, my kind of Kia Cosmetics launch story. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, or if there's any questions you have about the process that I took to set up the business. Let me know in the comments. Be sure to thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss an upload from me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and stay blessed.